that's a wrap for spring training. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Stats Show videocast. Today recap the Saturday spring training game into the Phillies and the Toronto Blue Jays as the Phillies lose 13-7 to the Blue Jays. And let me just say, I am so thankful that the Blue Jays are not our division and we now have to face them 19 times a year, because let me just tell you, man, this team is just tough to beat. My oh my, the Phillies could not beat this Jays team all spring. And I'm so glad it's finally over. Now, guys, before you get this video, please subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Spring training has come and gone. It is over, and the Phillies have wrapped it up, and we have a lot to talk about in this video. The final spring training game recap, the final spring training game. I mean, it's just hard to believe, how fast that went, right? I mean, the first game February 28th, and we resent on March 29th, and we have completed the spring training season, 28 games that were played, those games that were played, and hard to believe. It is hard to believe. Some shocking news coming out of the Phillies today with Odubel Herrera not making that big league roster, reassigned to the alternate site. Wow, I did not see that one coming. Adam Hazley gets that starting nod. Congratulations to Adam Hazley. I do have some doubt. I do have my doubts with Adam Hazley, and I hope that he proves me wrong. But I don't know. I think the Phillies might be making a mistake here. The health problems, right? The health problems are a big concern with Hazley, but if he can stay healthy, he definitely has a lot to prove. I mean, you saw it today, did some damage, going the other way, taking a pitch the other way, which is great, but just one game of play isn't really enough, in my opinion, to really determine that. That's a really, really big decision, and you know what? I support the decision. I mean, let's go. I mean, I'm fully behind Hazley. I want nothing more for this guy to succeed. I think he's a good guy, but we'll have to wait and wait it out. Let's check out the scoring summary, the long scoring summary. In the bottom of the first inning, J.T. Realmuto singles on a sharp ground ball to center field. Andrew McCutchen scores, and it's now 1-0 Phillies. So the Phillies, the BCIB, best catcher in baseball, J.T. Realmuto getting the job done off of Ziyech, who started this game for the Jays. And the Phillies not done innings. Dieter Gregorius grounds out into a force out over to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base. Bryce Harper scores, and it's now 2-0 Phillies. So the Phillies were jumping on the Jays earlier. I mean, here in the bottom of the first inning, held them to a scoreless top of the first. And that's the thing. We got off to a really fast start here. We did. We were winning this game pretty handsomely at one point. We just were. Then in the top of the second inning, Randall Grichuk hits a sacrifice fly to left field. Gurriel Jr. scores, and the Jays now get on the board 2-1. So. The Jays were able to itch back a little bit. That was off of Zach Eflin, who was pretty decent, today. It would have been interesting to see how this game would have went if he would have went longer. Then in the bottom of the second inning, Andrew McCutchen goes the other way, man. He just got the bat. He didn't try to pull the ball. It was a pitch on the outside part of the plate. And you see what this guy, remember Michael Franco, and even when Reese Daskins does this sometimes, when there's a pitch on the outside part of the plate, rover-handed hitters, they would try to pull like this, and they would hit it to the left side, either at a really weak ground ball or a towering pop-up. You know what Andrew McCutchen did? He went like that. He took it where the ball was thrown. You know what I'm saying? He took it where the pitch was thrown, out to right field for a single, and that scored Adam Hazley to give the Phillies a 3-0 lead. So we get that run right back in the bottom of the inning, which is just great to see. Then in the bottom of the third inning, Brad Miller, the Bamboo Man, he doubles on a sharp line drive to left field. Dieter Gregorius scores, and it's 4-1 Phillies. So it's nice to see a healthy Brad Miller, right? Going into opening day on Thursday, it's nice to know he's going to be healthy. And this is one of my favorite plays of the game. Adam Hazley, he kind of changed his stance a little bit. That's a little of a Christian Yelich look to him. Hold his hands up here, and he's starting to change his stance a little bit. He singles on a short ground ball to right field. Brad Miller scores. Now a 5-1 Phillies lead. So Adam Hazley, I said it before, he's had a he's looked great. Recently, since coming off that little injury, that groin strain, he's looked very, very solid. He's looked still great today. I don't really know if that's enough to really make a decision, but that's Joe Girardi's decision. I'm not going to keep questioning. And then in the top of the fourth inning, Ronald Talise, who looks a lot like Lucas Duda, might I add. I thought that for a while, and I've been wanting to say that for so long, and I keep forgetting. He looks so much like Lucas Duda. I don't know. You may not see it. I think he does. If you're not familiar with Lucas Duda, former first baseman of the Mets. I'm talking about, I'm going back 5 years ago, as to lead his homers only fly about 2 right center field off of Zach Eflin to make it a 5-2 ball game, so the Jays inching back. Then in the bottom of the 4th inning, Bryce Aaron Max Harper. What a great way to finish off the spring, raining, and it's pouring rain. It was just pouring. He homers on a fly ball to right field, almost went out of the stadium. His 4th of the spring, a solo shot, and the Phillies get that run right back. It's now a 6-2 ball game. So Bryce. I mean, he just destroyed that ball, and Bryce Harper is a definite MVP candidate heading into this 2021 season. I just love to see it. He's fired up. He's ready to start the season. Oh my gosh, I just love watching this guy play. Then in the top of the 6th inning, this is when things started to, the Jays started to come back a little bit. They would not retain the lead in this inning, but things just started to look a little bit dim. The Phillies still had the lead, but Martinez, he went only fly ball 2 left center field, 2-run shot. That was the scores, Colin Large. And it is now a 6-4 ball game, so it's just a 2-run ball game at this point. And then Bryson Scott, yes indeed, Bryson Scott in the bottom of the 6th inning. He homers on a fly ball to center field, to dead center field. I love to see that, man. His first of the spring. I mean, this is just awesome. This is just awesome. The future, Bryson Scott. Gets his first dong of the spring, his first and only dong of the spring, and it was great to see it. What a great way to cap off spring training. I was a little bit annoyed about this loss. I mean, I didn't like the fact that we couldn't beat the Blue Jays all spring. I understand spring training. I have to keep saying it and saying, I won't have to say it any longer. Thank God I will not have to say that anymore. I just was a little annoyed we just couldn't beat this Blue Jays team all spring. It just annoys me a little bit, but I tell you what, this home run made it a lot better. Bryson's got the future of this team. Saw Bryce posting on his story. I mean, that's his little mentor, right? I mean, Bryson Scott really looks up to Bryce Harper, and I love to see it. I just love to see it. Then in the top of the 7th inning, Espinal homers on a fly ball to left field. Lopez and Fernandez score, and the Jays tie it at 7. That was off of Jose Alvarado. And let me just say, I mean, this guy has had a great spring training. He had a very, very solid spring, but his last couple appearances have been very, very shaky. And it's a shame he had to end it off like that. Kind of a bad way to enter the season. It's not the end of the world, but he looked a little shaky his past couple appearances. And it's just a shame because he was doing so well, and he just kind of fell off a little bit. But not the end of the world. Everybody under slumps. I mean, I wouldn't read into it. I wouldn't overthink it, but yeah, you got to keep that in the back of your mind there. You have to keep it in the back of your mind. That's not good, but you got to keep it in the back of your mind. But it's not the end of the world. Then Martinez doubles on a line drive to left field, and Large scores to make it an 8-7 ball game. So the Blue Jays take the lead after being down 6-2. They fight all the way back. This is not the first time they've done it to the Phillies this spring. TD Ballpark, it was a similar situation where the Phillies were up 5-1 and ended up blowing that game. This is on the same. And then Jonathan Davis singles on a line drive to left field. Martinez scores. It's now a 9-7 ball game, so the Blue Jays are just tackling it on here. And then Lopez signals on a ground ball to center field. Davis scores. It's now 10-7. I turn it off at that point. I'm like, you know what? I just can't watch this anymore. This is off of Tyler Carr, so you don't have to worry about that. This is a guy you're not going to be seeing coming out of the Phillies bullpen anytime soon. It wasn't like it was off of Bradley or Naris or anything like that. This is off of Tyler Carr, so you don't really have to really put too much stock into this. And the Blue Jays were just unmerciful in this inning. Then Espinal singles on a ground ball to left field. Adams and Lopez score, and it's now 12-7. I mean, they batted around. I mean, Espinal is the same guy, hit the home run early in the inning. I mean, so and then he comes back and hits a 2 RBI single. And then this is the final run of the ball game. Colin Large is hit by a pitch by J.D. Hammer. It's a guy that, he's kind of hit or miss. I mean, he's a guy I keep an eye on a little bit. I mean, not a bad guy. And that scored Valera, and it's now a 13-7 ball game. That's your ball game. 13-7, your final scores. The Phillies wrap up their final game of spring training, but they lost to the Toronto Blue Jays as they are headed into the regular season. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm just going to say it again. Andrew McCutchen, I just love him. The opposite field stroke. You can ring my bell. I love that. That is just awesome. I love that walk-up song he has. And Rhys Hoskins. And, my tone already say Rhys Hoskins. I'm like, Rhys Hoskins. 0-3. Man, he had a rough spring. He just really had a rough spring. 205 batting average. I don't know. I just don't know with Rhys anymore. It's really, really concerning, and I understand spring training, but like, this is a big year for him as a keeper hitting. This is a very, very big year for him, and he needs to step it up. He needs to step his game up and, show us who he really is, because we know he's better than this. The potential is there. I know the potential's in him. Man, I know it is. We've seen it. He needs to keep proving it, though. He needs to prove it on the field. I've just been so disappointed with him. But Bryce, what a great way. I mean, Bryce. I mean, an MVP candidate. I mean, launching that bomb there. And he also had an opposite field single to left field. I was live streaming that at bat. And he had a very, very solid spring, a .343 batting average. You can't really emphasize spring training stats too much, but great job out of Bryson. Yeah, JT, I forgot to talk about this. I forget who was up at the plate. Runner breaks for second. And he goes in front. I think it might have been Vladimir Guerrero Jr. who did this. He swings, his bat flies back, and JT goes to throw, and his arm hits the bat, and he is in a lot of pain to go. The ball flies into center field. It was interference because Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I believe who this was up at the plate, totally interfered. It's bad as interferes. Final out of the inning because the runner was ruled out at second base, even though they throw it right into center field because he's obstructed. He was obstructed by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ball goes flying into center field, and oh my goodness gracious, that looks so painful. I was concerned, like, oh my goodness gracious. And then Tom McCarthy, he kind of over-exaggerated. I like Tom McCarthy a lot. I think he does a great job, but I mean, we didn't know what was going on. He was just trying to give his opinion. Kind of scared me. I'm like, oh my goodness. T-Mac kind of, got me scared. I mean, everybody was kind of overreacting, right? I mean, what they do to his recent history with those injuries, with that thumb and everything. It's kind of scared us, right? So I think everyone's, on their toes about JT, and I completely understand it, so thank God he was okay. But Didi Gregorius, Gene Segura, I mean, I'd love to see a healthy Brad Miller there. And Adam Hazley, what a nice way to, he's going to be starting center fielder, so 2 knocks today. Great job. Ronald Torres making the team. So, I mean, offensively, very, very good, here for this Phillies team. Zach Eflin, 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs. Only one of them were earned, 3 strikeouts. 5 innings and 8 hits. I mean, that's the thing. And he wasn't absolutely horrible. He just was allowing a lot of solid contact to a very good offensive Blue Jays team. This young Blue Jays team, one of the youngest teams in baseball. And they're one of the youngest teams in baseball. They're going to be starting their season down there in Florida because, Toronto won't let them back in. But Zach Eflin was okay today. Hopefully that's not what we see out of him on Sunday against the Atlanta Braves. Hopefully he's better than that. But Hector Neris kind of had a little shaky, outing today out of the pen. An inning, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. And Alvarado, too. 4 earned runs. Got his ERA up to 5.40. Honestly, I think he pitched better than a 5.40 ERA this spring. I really, really do believe that. Carr, oh my goodness gracious. I mean, he didn't even collect an out. I mean, 5 hits, 5 earned runs. He was horrible. And J.D. Hammer was not given that earned run, of course, because those runs were charged to Carr since he did put them on base. And Sam Coonrod, I mean, he had a great spring. I mean, this guy coming over from the Giants, not a lot of high expectations. He looked great, and that is pretty much it. We're heading to regular season team overview tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section. And Phillies Stats of Instagram, TikTok, Fanatics, Instagram, car text 267-225-3392. Email with phillystats@gmail.com. That is the final game of spring training. No more red jersey. Say goodbye to the red jersey for a little while now. 3 of 5, the first pitch on Thursday against the Atlanta Braves. Aaron Nola taking him out against Max Fried. As I said before, I will be back tomorrow for a Phillies team interview and opening day pregame show before the game on Thursday. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phillies. A decent spring training. I'll see you again.